each other, because to do a long distance relationship is something very serious, I would say, that is not for the faint of hearted, just for those who just want something quick and easy. It's not for that. It's saying to build a proper, long-lasting relationship. I guess that's the perk of a long distance. Because not being that same person, you actually have to understand the person, learn your person, truly understand and learn the person. So
Powerful, Harem, with the wisdom. That's really good stuff there. And with that being said, you kind of highlighted the idea of like character development, and I guess you guys growing as a couple in that direction, and it being a thing where it's not going to be easy, but it's kind of like a short-term sacrifice for long-term gain.
yeah.
And I want to kind of explore that topic in your life as a young man. So what would you say are some characteristics that you've developed or are developing since coming to the UK?
I guess a more sense of independence, knowing myself, I would say, like truly getting in tune with the person that I want to be, the person that I am. Understanding that, yes, I'm quiet, but also that I can be social at times. So it's just teaching me to really get in tune with myself, get in tune with my thoughts, incline my heart. So yeah, just knowing that I am a man that is very patient. It's taught me that I'm very patient at times, yes. It's also taught me that I can be, what's the term? I can be very, I don't want to say, I can be very, I would say, lonely, but not lonely, but like, it taught me that it's just sometimes you just want to be out and about with friends and family. But it's taught me that the time will come and that patience is a virtue. That's saying patience is a virtue. It's also taught me that I'm a great cook. Yo, but nah, all jokes aside. But yeah, it's taught me to be a leader. It's taught me to be a team player, stuff like that. So yeah.
This is powerful. And so we've kind of explored some of your positive characteristic traits that have helped in, I guess, you discovering who you are and who you want to be. So take me through some of the pressures that you feel at the moment.
One big thing is, I guess, as any uni student will go through, social life. Going out to the different pubs, different bars. Like, we're in Plymouth every Wednesday's Fishies. That's the name of it. But it's a club event, but it's like playing music, drinking, pubs, like club runs. Also with these different societies, it's a lot of fresher challenges, stuff like that. So finding yourself in those situations every week, that's kind of hard. I mean, going to one every now and again just to, in my case, is to build team chemistry. That's one thing, because the basketball society, we have social, right, where we all come together. Well, that's the plan. We all come together and we just go and spend time as a team, get to know one another. But I'm trying not to lose myself in it. Because yeah, even talking with June again, we talked about how as Christians it's kind of hard to maintain a relationship and portray this Christianity, but then we also want to go and also socialize with our teammates. It's kind of hard to find a balance. So having the pressures of going out, going to a club, stuff like that, I would say that's the main pressure of university. And then yeah, that's the main pressure. They don't really experience anything else. So yeah.
I think that's a big topic in itself, the idea of, especially as a Christian, where I guess the opportunities to socialize and meet with people tend to be in these quote unquote worldly environments. So you got the clubs, the pubs, and it's like you don't want to compromise your character or your faith, but it's like, what other opportunities are there really to kind of get to know them or them to get to know me? So it definitely is hard, and I would definitely encourage anyone who finds himself in this kind of position to just try and seek God for discernment of, okay, yes, you may, like Aaron was saying, he goes out every now and again with the basketball guys to socialize. So have a idea of the reason you're going. Don't just let it be that you're peer pressured, everyone's going, you don't want to feel lonely, so you just go. Have a reason, a purpose of why you're going. Also, be secure enough in yourself to implement boundaries. So just because you see everybody else drinking doesn't mean you have to drink. Like, people value you more for being the quote unquote outsider, the different one. So when everyone's taking those shots and you're the one that's saying, nah, I'm not about it, eventually they'll catch on. And in my experiences, it's led to conversations in one-on-one time. They're like, okay, I saw you wasn't drinking, I saw you didn't go to this place, like, why is that? And this is a subtle way that we can be lights as Christians in these spaces, by doing things that, I guess, going against the grain in terms of in certain environments where the expectation is you should do this, we do the opposite. I think this is one way that we can do that. So with that, do you ever feel like you have to figure out life too quickly?
Yes and no. Like, to be honest, everyone there is kind of my age range, so it's not that we have to, it's all hitting you all at once. I guess it's a slow kind of burn. Like, you can, like you said, set the boundary, distance yourself, take a moment, gather yourself before it all just kind of hits you like a rush. But me personally, I've not been hit kind of hard. It's just a slow burn, I guess. I've not been hit hard with adulthood or stuff like that. But I guess for others, it could be a big change, a big reality hit of what the outside world is truly like, especially coming from a different country, different culture, stuff like that. That could be a big thing. So I would say you just have to know yourself and then just kind of make a plan for it. Prepare yourself, because it will be a shock.
Facts. And on that last point you were saying about knowing yourself, what are some of the actions that you take to kind of learn yourself better, learn to understand why you do certain things, why you like to do certain things?
I guess it would say kind of, you have to just sit down and take a moment. As like, in terms of, it could be journaling, and that's one thing, like writing down about yourself. You have to do an in-depth evaluation in a sense. So writing down your days, writing down how you felt, stuff like that, and then you have to go through the different reasons. So ask yourself, why might I be feeling this way? Why am I doing this? Why am I doing that? And then as the time progresses, see how it matches up from day 1 to what could be day 10. See if there's a change, if not. But yeah, just, you have to just sit. It might be just you laying down in bed, just looking up, just going through your mind, just having that internal conversation, internal discourse. So yeah.
I hear that. So tell me, because I know this is one thing that as guys we struggle with a lot, the concept of self-love. So if I was to mention that topic to you, what comes to mind? Are there any actions or practices you have to, I guess, express self-love to you, or is this something you're working on?
So to be honest, not really much. I just probably might get a gift for myself every now and again. But other than that, that's pretty much it. Or again, just go and play basketball, but at the end of the day, that's not really, that's just something you like doing. But just, I guess, finding an action. It could be going out to walks or playing games. Like, that's my version of self-love.
So as a young man, what do you think are some of the struggles that we don't talk about enough?
I would say expressing emotion, like having in-depth conversation with someone, finding someone to talk to. Because, yeah, as a quiet person, me personally, a quiet observant person, knowing myself, like, just having someone to have conversations with in depth would be amazing. That's one thing that we don't have much of. I guess an outlet where we can just express how we're feeling at a certain time or what might be troubling us. I guess that's a main problem for us when in this world. So yeah, definitely. Just having someone that you got a one-on-one. It could be someone like a brother, but like just having that sense that we all can just come and relieve stress, just explain or just talk about anything. Just have a positive outlet, positive, because in this world it's frowned upon for us, I guess, quote unquote, to show emotion in a sense. You have to put on a brave face and go, could be go to work, provide stuff like that. But then that all starts to take a toll on you. So another thing, mental health. So having that outlet, main thing, I would say.
That's powerful. And on that topic of having an outlet and being able to talk more, what do you think needs to be incorporated into society or into more of young men's lives to be able to have these conversations? Like, I know for me, part of the reason why I struggled at times with having conversations is the space didn't feel safe for those conversations to happen. Or I didn't feel I could trust the person with the information or the depth of what I wanted to express. So what do you think are some ways that we could help encourage more conversation and more people to outlet what they're feeling and what they're going through?
Good question. Probably having, one thing that I have back home that my uncle runs this thing called NYA, is a Nazarene Youth International, right? It's basically just for young people to go and find and learn about God, but the way my uncle does it is that he makes himself available to the youth. That's why and a lot of people gravitate towards him. Even because he's a school teacher at primary school, but the children just seem to gravitate towards him. So having a person like that, or situations like that, or systems like that, just a youth or men's youth, anything like that, where we can just come, have a good time, but then we can also come with our problems to someone about it. I have a person with a listening ear, just someone to listen to us. That would be something to implement. So it could be, I would say, like a therapy group, or just a close-knit group. It could be even someone you look up to, someone. That's another thing. Having a proper, I would say, role model, like someone you can just go and talk to. Like my father is that for a lot of people. My father is someone you could go and talk to and express how you're feeling. So just find someone that you can trust. It's about finding someone you can trust and just have these conversations with, I would say.
That's a powerful point on having like a role model or like a mentor or a kind of small safe space where you can not only be held accountable but feel safe to have these conversations. Because I think part of the problem, if I call it a problem, is because we don't have older people who we can speak to who have gone through what we've gone through. It's kind of like we have to figure out things for ourselves, and I guess the stages of life we're in can sometimes be considered immature to someone who's already been through that, made the same thing, thought the same thing, felt the same way we felt, and then went and did the same thing we're thinking about doing. But and they'd be able to encourage us to say, I understand how you're feeling, I've been there, and I've done exactly what you was feeling to do, but these were the consequences when I did it, so I would suggest you do it this way. So one thing I would definitely encourage and suggest for the young men watching, and even young women, just young people in general that are watching this, is to try and seek some element of accountability, whether it be through a mentor, like a role model or a small youth group or young adults group or something where you can have these conversations and speak with someone who's maybe, I would say, minimum 10 years, 5 years older. Yeah, I would say minimum 10 years, if possible, that has that life experience on top to kind of help and guide you through. So, with that being said, what would you say are some of the biggest internal struggles you've had since moving?
I've not really experienced much internal struggle, me personally. Like, I guess that's just the person I am. I don't really let a lot kind of phase me. So, I've not really had much internal struggle, external turmoil. But if anything, it's probably just my spirituality, just trying to get closer to God. That's my biggest thing.
I hear that. And throughout this video, you've highlighted your calm, kind of chill person. You kind of keep yourself to yourself. And I'm sure there's a lot of guys that are watching this that kind of relate to living in that same sort of manner. So kind of give us some insight as to why you feel that's kind of your way of living and how, from your perspective of life, how you're perceived and how you want to be perceived.
I guess I could boil it down to that's just how my father is. Like, I guess traits of my father I find in myself, being the quiet type, being the calm type. That's how I see my father. Slow to anger, that's another thing. So that's what I feel and the way I am. Just seeing people around me, like around my family, just quiet to themselves, but very observant, very keen to pick up stuff, understand stuff. So yeah. What was the other part?
Well, just like as a quietish person, as you call it, like sometimes because we're so quiet, there can be a perception or expectation that others may have of you or you may have of them, but it may not be expressed. So how do you feel sometimes when, I guess, you're put in this box of being a quiet, chill back person, but there's moments that's not who you want?
So I guess that's kind of hard because if that's all you see, that's all you expect. But then I guess when I find myself in closer knit connections, whenever my friends or family, that's when I feel to be more vocal. Like when I fully can be comfortable, that's when I can like show more of a funny side. Or even at school, like I used to be just very quiet, nonchalant, like up to the point that some people didn't even know I went to school there. So yeah, so that was a big perception thing. But I guess you just have to I have to just make myself more available. That's the thing. Make myself kind of more open in a sense. Still, I can be quiet, yes, but more approachable at times. That's something that I need to be working on. Is yeah, that's one thing I need to work on. Approachability, like have an open arm. So it's not so much of a coolness on my side, but it can be there to add light to the room in a sense, not just being a corner.
That's powerful because they tend to say the first step to change is self-awareness. So the fact that you're self-aware means that you've already started that journey of being able to kind of change the perception that people have of you and the narrative that people may speak about you. And one thing I've realized on my journey, as there was a season where I used to be a quiet person, some people may even argue I'm still a quiet person now, is accepting the reality that change is uncomfortable. Like, man, the idea of being able to go and initiate a conversation with someone can sometimes be intimidating. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, the idea of what do I have to say? Like, what if they don't respond in the way? It's like, so there's so many thoughts that rush through my head, and I'm like, yeah, you know what? Let me just leave that out. Like, and to be able to overturn that thought, it does take time, and there are going to be moments where your intention is to have a conversation with someone or to kind of be more approachable, and sometimes it doesn't work out the way you expected.
Yeah.
But don't allow that to dishearten you or kind of stop the progress that you're making, because even if that opportunity isn't a success, there'll be another opportunity where someone could approach you, and then that could kickstart a friendship, a relationship, whatever it may be. So one thing I would encourage for people that are the quote-unquote quieter, nonchalant, introverted type is to, if you have a desire to be more approachable and more, I guess, extroverted in a way, just keep taking it step by step, keep moving forward. Don't feel as though one experience is the final thing and you just have to stay in that box of being an introvert or being a quiet person. Because watch this space. You see Aaron now? He may seem like the quiet type, but watch, by the time this guy finishes uni, I guarantee this guy is not going to be a quiet guy. I'm telling it, I'm saying it from now, so it's on the camera. So you'll be able to see Aaron do it in, what, you finish in, what, 2-3 years?
Yeah, 3 years.
3 years, bring Aaron back, and then you'll see the change. And we'll be like, yeah, we'll be laughing about the fact that he used to be considered a quiet person, because he would have changed so much that that's not even, the idea of that is foreign.
Yeah.
And on that, let's talk about, as we're coming to the end of 2025, what are some goals that you want to build towards in 2026?
One major goal academically, just stay on top of my work, just on top, striving to be in the top ranks of the class, stuff like that. So that's one main goal that I have. Also, another goal is get in the gym, get on my physique, grow a bit bigger, get some more muscle mass. So yeah, putting my head towards that, getting in the gym every day or every 3 days. So then another goal I have is to, I guess, reach out more to friends. Yeah.
Yes,
To be more, make myself more available, ask what people are doing, stay tapped in with everyone back home, and the new friends I'm making though. So that's one goal I also have. Another one is to grow spiritually. I've been talking about throughout the whole video. Just want to get closer to God, because I know that we're in the end times. So you have to get yourself right, get your mind right, get your heart right. So I just want to get closer to God, understand my relationship with Him. That's the main thing. And yeah, I might have more goals as I go into the new year, but at the moment, those are just the 3 I have.
Oh, that's good. And with that, what are some of the habits that you're trying to be intentional about now to prepare you for those goals in 2026?
Yes, preparing, put it in stone, write it out, put it in the notes, reminder, stuff like that, so it gets me in the frame of mind, so that when that year comes, it's not just idle talk, it's not just words, but it's actual actions, that I'm still working towards these goals, that I understand what I have to do mentally, so I can then do it physically. So yeah, that was the main thing. Just write it down, have it in my reminders app, have it somewhere that I see every day, so I don't lose sight of the goal, so I don't lose sight of what I have to do to accomplish the goal.
That's good. And normally when it comes to goals, we see, when we achieve it, we see it as success. So, but I also want to challenge that definition of success and ask, what does success look like for you?
I mean, there's always the end goal, so reaching the end goal is the main priority, but then there's also the journey, the progress, saying that you started at this one place, but then you can see, although you haven't reached the end goal entirely yet, there's still been some level of change, some level of progress between where you started and where you are now. So success, there's the overarching success and then the small steps of success. So I would say, obviously my end goal, I want to hit it, I want to reach the target. But if I can look back and say that I can see a difference in myself in the next couple months, next couple yours, then that's what matters. And then we push towards the final goal.
That's powerful. I think the idea of growing in your identity and through the different habits and goals that you're striving for, being able to see that transition and growth of, okay, you started off this year in this position, but as time's gone on, the hardships, the pain, the sacrifices, the mess up, the lessons, the achievements, how you've been able to grow and excel. I think that's a great definition to have a success, because the reality is success is not just built on the good moments, it's also built on the struggles, the hardships, challenges. So I think that's a really good definition of success that we can take away from this video. So as we come into closing, if you could speak to your younger self, what would you say?
I would say that I'm still kicking, I'm still going, still striving. I would say that you could do a lot more. That's what I would say. That I wish that I could have done more when I was that age. Put my head towards it, because right now, yes, I'm smart, yes, I'm intelligent, but one big problem that I have is that I procrastinate a lot. So I would say to him that don't take things for granted. Like, you know your abilities, you know yourself. Put yourself to the limit. Trust, and it will pay off in due time. Put your mind to it. I would say there's nothing that you can't achieve if you don't put your mind to it. All it takes is just some practice, finesse, work on yourself, trust. And then when you get my age, then you will reap the benefits.
Yes, sir.
Like, also I would say that to just enjoy life. Don't stress too much about this or that, because at the end of the day, what else do we have but to live? You know what I mean? Also, so yeah, just put your mind to it, live life, enjoy the moments, because then there will be times where you feel lonely or feel down, but don't let that stifling you or break you down. Like, keep going, get back up, and you will make it. True.
That's powerful. And do you have any closing advice that you would give to someone who's in a similar position of either being in their first year of uni or someone that's come from abroad to UK to study? Is there any, or just young people in general, if there's any advice or thoughts that you want to leave with them?
What I would say is there's a lot of pressure that comes with going to university, a lot of pressure surrounding us as the next generation. But I would say just keep your head down, keep working, keep striving. Find goals for you. Set proper goals and attain them. The sky's the limit for us. We're said to be in an age where we can do so much with the world. So why short? Like, sell yourself short, in a sense. You are capable of doing some amazing things. So just keep pushing, keep working. Like, uni is just for a period. After uni, you have the rest of your life to live. You get me? So, like, and also enjoy the road, enjoy the process. If you just keep working, head down, you will miss all that you've put in. You will miss the enjoyment you could be having. You get me? But yeah, just stay connected, stay locked in, and you will read them out. Same thing I was saying to my younger self, I would say to you. We're all in this together, so why not just keep moving towards a great goal and towards our goals. But settle for yourself what you want to do. Don't leave it up to chance. Set it, because it's your life. Set it out what you want to do, and you can attain it. So yeah, that's what I'll leave with them.
Powerful. So before we close out this video, how can we be praying for you?
I guess just continue to keep me in prayers with university, that I continue to stay on top of work, and continue to be safe, continue to also pray for my walk with God. Simple. Continue to keep me in your prayers as I continue to do this uni life. And yeah, that's it.
So I'll just say a short prayer and then we'll close out this video. So, Heavenly Father, thank you for today. Thank you for the opportunity for us to be able to have this conversation and discussion and to be transparent about the journey and the transition from Barbados to the UK. Lord, I thank you for the wisdom that was deposited into this video. Lord, I thank you for the call on Aaron's life. I thank you for the future success that he's going to achieve academically. I thank you for the growth that he's going to have in his identity and his character and how people perceive him. Lord, I thank you for how he's going to be able to grow and become more vocal and approachable and be able to help people. Lord, I thank you, Lord, for how you're going to use him with his musical gifts, Lord, with his intelligence, Lord. I just thank you for every area of his life that you're going to use, Lord. I thank you for the good, the bad, and the ugly, Lord. For in your word, you say you work all things together for his good. So, Lord, I pray as he strives to be more intentional about his relationship with you, I just pray, Father, Lord, that you just continue to walk with him, guide him step by step, day by day, Lord, and just allow him to grow in his relationship with you and understand you better and understand himself better. So I thank you for everything you've done and everything you're going to do in his life. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
Amen.
So guys, I hope you guys enjoyed that conversation and took a lot of gems and wisdom from it. So as usual, please like, comment, subscribe, and you have anything else you want to say?
Go on from there.